think we have some questions now.
Are there certain things that we ought to be considering that we wouldn't necessarily know about? I think about regulatory issues. Do I need permits to sell my hot dogs on the street? Do I need some sort of federal approval to test a device in people or market it? What kind of, can you kind of talk about going over those hurdles? Because I think quite often we hear people come to us and say, I've got the next greatest cure, the next greatest whatever, and everyone's going to beat a path to my door.
I'll give you a quick tool that'll help you on a lot of those regulatory questions. There's a group called Business Link North Carolina, Blink. Their website provides a great deal of information on regulatory issues from a North Carolina perspective. So what type of licenses do you get? They answer those questions every day. They have counselors on staff to specifically answer those regulatory type questions. They're basic questions if you know where to find the answer, but entrepreneurs can spend 40 or 50 hours trying to find an answer that Business Link could have answered in 5 minutes. Their phone number is 1-800-228-8443, and they're a terrific resource.
And I think from the medical science, biotechnology side of things, if you really need some regulatory help there, one of the greatest resources we can recommend is the North Carolina Biotechnology Center. They have experts there who've been through this process and have helped numerous clients throughout North Carolina go through this development process. And they know all of the regulatory professionals. They can help put you in contact with those people. You can ask questions really early. So the Biotechnology Center is a great resource for things like that.
They really are. They didn't fund our grant, so I can't speak too highly of them, but they are a very important resource. Again, not only for their ability to give you information, but for the networking opportunities that they create. So getting on their website, getting on their listserv is really important if you're doing anything in the medical or pharmaceutical arena.
You know, I always emphasize industry research is critical. Learn the best practices. Sometimes it's so innovative that you are the first one out. But if it is a mature environment, there are lots of examples out there. Learn the best practices within the industry.
This bit of advice will be covered more in a couple sessions down the road on fundraising, but aligning yourself with the right investor is critical. The right investor is going to help you answer some of these questions, going to move you down the road faster than just finding the quickest money.
And I was going to add too that this is some place where your competitors can actually be of benefit to you as well. And to Mike's point, the more that you find out about the industry and what's already on the market and what your competitors have had to get regulatory approval for, or the types of certificates and other things that they've put in place so that they can actually produce and sell their products, those are keys to you for what you're going to need going into that industry and that market.
I wanted to emphasize, we talked a little bit about, or what was mentioned about the North Carolina Biotechnology Center, NCBC. If you've got any sort of biotech, pharmaceutical, or medical device idea as an innovation, in addition to grant funding and business planning funding and such, they also have an amazing library of market research that probably contains very expensive market reports that are not maintained by our local library system. So that's a good resource.